If you've ever been on the internet for more than like 5 minutes, especially on TikTok, I would bet you've heard the word Looksmaxxing before. It is a word that has become synonymous with teenagers who are obsessed with their looks and are wanting to achieve the perfect form, whatever that means. Webster would define Looksmaxxing as, quote, Looksmaxxing refers to practices, especially among young men online, to enhance their physical appearance. These practices range in intensity from everyday skincare to cosmetic surgery. Term and its practices really started making their rounds at around 2022 to 2023, and since then, it is an established community, with some influencers even selling courses on how to look your best. And for that first year or so, I would say it was generally a harmless trend. I would say that it had fairly good intentions. Nothing about it was harmful, and it was simply just people helping you look better in ways that you never knew how to. But unfortunately, somewhere along the road, it became a toxic wasteland filled with people who were so obsessed with their looks that they'll go as far as breaking the bones in their faces. But we'll get to that a little bit later. So how does a trend like this even start, and how does it become so extreme? If you ask me, there's only one man we can blame all of this on, and that would be Patrick Bateman. Hi, I am Twig Talks, and today we'll be discussing Looksmaxxing, as previously stated, and looking at the full timeline and seeing how it has evolved and devolved over time. So let's get into it. In the year 2000, the very start of the new century, a movie that was titled American Psycho was released. It starred Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, an American businessman who turns, well, psycho. This is very important for later, so keep this in mind. A good long while after, TikTok was born, and in 2022, the great people of that app decided to take the movie, and more specifically the character of Patrick Bateman, and just run with it. This would be the catalyst for one of the oldest forms of what would turn to be Looksmaxxing, known as being Sigma, or Sigma males. To this day, I'm still perplexed that people took that label seriously. Like, there were people going around calling themselves a Sigma, and a Sigma alpha male. I can't believe it. And people still do that, I'm sure, which is insane that they walk around in society like regular people. But this community of Sigma males would take form of edits of one Patrick Bateman, and people, mostly teenage boys, wanting to be like him or act like him for some reason. But you know what? I was on TikTok back then, and I wasn't in that community, but I would see the edits, and it was that one song that was like Metamorphosis. Listen, they've got memories attached to them, okay? Those edits were tough, I'm not gonna lie to you. But this would soon transition to things like Andrew Tate and other alpha males, and that's a whole other topic for another video, so maybe we'll cover that later. But who would want to act like Patrick Bateman, literally ever? Well, I'd say it wasn't more about how he acted as a person, but about his lifestyle. See, there's a whole segment of the movie in which Patrick Bateman discusses his daily, morning routine. And honestly, it's a calming part of the movie, probably the only calm part. But he discusses the products that he uses in great detail, from when he wakes up and gets in the shower to afterward when he's doing his skincare. The Sigma community, God, I can't believe I'm saying that, seriously, modeled after Patrick in his routine, which prompted them to want to be thinner. Look better. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, what I'll call the Sigma era wasn't exactly that harmful. I mean, it's ironic that Patrick Bateman, a parody character in itself, was chosen as the face of a trend like this, but nothing was really going on that was affecting others in ways that were seen as harmful. But like most things on TikTok, it turned into a very toxic community. And the word itself, Sigma, were used to make people believe they were superior to others. And most of the time it was started to be used unironically in the form of, if people actually used it seriously, they were, bullied for it. This would then tear down this community at its core, and the trend of Patrick Bateman and the Sigmas would die down. And for a good long while, that was really about it with the Sigma males and the Looksmaxxing community. I would say Looksmaxxing wasn't really a thing yet. The word, at least, wasn't thrown around like it is, you know, now. However, soon after, in 2023, a single technique would become popular, and it would change the internet forever. Mewing has become very popular and one of the most infamous trends of the younger generations. And if you don't know what it is, well, I'll tell you. It's essentially about having good tongue posture, where you lightly suction the tongue to the roof of your mouth and close your jaw, which would then lead to a sharper jawline. And actually, when I was researching a little bit for this video, I found out that the inventor of mewing is a British orthodontist named Dr. John Mew. I'm not even kidding. An actual trained professional invented this technique. I don't know, it just blows my mind that it wasn't just some random guy on TikTok. Like, it was an actual orthodontist who did this. With mewing becoming extremely popular, this would lead to more techniques being discovered, and it took its hold on the TikTok community. This is really around the time where Looksmaxxing actually became a word, and there would be a slew of influencers that would come along to pass these techniques down to the younger generations, like a caveman passing the torch to its child. I think a couple standouts would be people like Clavicular, Dylan Latham, Androgenic, and Kareem Shami. But I think this is really where I would place the downfall of Looksmaxxing and what it has turned into today. You see, in my personal view, there is a key difference in wanting to take care of yourself and be better and look better in the process, and then destroying yours and everyone else's self-esteem around you just to look that much better than everyone else. And what were once terms of simply mewing and Looksmaxxing are hardly ever heard of now, and they have been replaced by this chart. This is what places this community at the bottom of the barrel, in my opinion. And now all over TikTok, all you'll see now is people posting their faces and asking people what they can do to look better. Which, to be honest, I don't really agree with, because they're just random people. Why would you really care? But at the same time, these people will not help you. If anything at all they do is just bring you down and make you feel like complete crap about yourself. For example, if you do not look good enough in their view, they will categorize you based on the chart as a subhuman. If these TikTok slop consumers do not think you fit a certain standard placed by them, I guess, then you won't even rank as looking human. And this is when the term black pill really became a thing as well, which is just a more radical form of Looksmaxxing to me. And the Looksmaxxing community has really now turned into an ego-riddled competition to see who can go to the most extreme lengths to ascend, which is basically meeting their standards, at least, to what people are attracted to. Now, the most extreme and the worst of these techniques that I've ever seen is bone mashing. It's where these people will take literal hammers and hit them on their own faces. Like, chisel your bones? These people have completely lost their minds. Okay, and look, I'm not denying that looks do have some part to play in your everyday life, but it does never mean this much. Literally ever. Because I could not imagine smashing the bones in my face because there were people on TikTok that told me to do it because I would look better. Like, what are you doing? So now, do I think this community had good intentions? I would say, for the most part, in its early years, yes. Because as I said earlier, back then it was simply just about taking better care of yourself. But now, all it really is just other people bullying other people for their appearances to make themselves feel better. There's only one question that has to be answered now. One thing that lingers in the minds of every soul on this earth. What will be the next technique to let you ascend? So is it too late for me to talk about Looksmaxxing? I don't think so. Simply just because of the foothold that it has on the internet, especially TikTok. Like, even if the video that I'm watching has nothing to do with that community at all, I will always see at least one comment in the comment section talking about looks in some way. It is just, in my opinion, it is deranged and it has gone way too far. And I think it'll just get worse from here on out. So thank you guys for watching this far. If you made it, this is my first ever video that I've ever made, literally ever. This video is very fun to make, so you can expect more videos like this in the very near future, I hope. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button, okay? Like and turn on that bell. And if you'd like to, go follow my other socials. I have a TikTok, Instagram, and I post on Instagram sometimes, but TikTok is where I'm usually most active. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. The quality might not be the best, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. And this is what we're working with, so it's good enough for me. And actually, wait, what are you still doing here? You need to go ascend. Start smashing your bones right now. Chisel your face to perfection. Go ahead, do it. That was a joke. Please don't smash your bones. I don't condone that at all. That's all for me today. I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned.